Hello there, Chuck and friends. It's Making Maria, your independent Chalk Couture designer. Hello, everybody. Happy Friday night. Woohoo, woohoo. I am Making Maria. I am your Chalk Couture independent designer. Happy Friday. Okay, so I totally forgot my phone. So we are going to wing it here a little bit. I'm going to try something here because I totally forgot my phone. So give me one momento. Happy Friday night. I hope you guys are all doing so good. Oh my goodness, right? It's Friday, finally. I don't know about you guys, but this week seemed to go on and on forever. Oh my goodness, right? Was it just me? I mean, like on Wednesday, I was already saying I can't believe that it's only Wednesday. And now it's like, oh my gosh, it's Friday already. How did that happen? Aren't I a crazy person? Hello, Miss Cheryl and Miss Linda. Okay, I have to go by comments up here because I don't have comments down here yet. So hang on. I forgot my phone. Well, I didn't forget my phone. I left my phone upstairs charging, so we'll try it a little different. I actually do have my computer, though, which is very unusual for me to have my computer down here. So we'll I'm trying to move my mouse, and it's a chalk paste. Imagine that. That's not going to work. So we are making a very fun, inspired sign this evening. You guys hear me talk about this particular designer all the time because she really inspires me tremendously. Her name is Sage Roberts. If you are not following her, you should, because this woman has an immense amount of talent. And she is very generous, and she shares her ideas with everybody so that we can then kind of make our own twist on things that she makes. So she made a sign yesterday that spoke to me because it was black and white, right? And if a sign is going to speak to me, it's going to be a sign that's usually black and white. So she made this gorgeous sign on a black and white circle board. So I very quickly had my husband cut me a tag because I'm not allowed to cut my own tags. Apparently, we had to have quite the conversation about, it could have been the whole question about, well, what does this saw do and what does that saw do that I got that you are not going anywhere near those saws because you need all of your fingers. I don't think he has any faith in me. He did say to me then, well, you can cut them if you want to, but I'll cut you any board you want at any time. And I'm like, well, hey, I'll take that deal, right? If you're gonna cut me a board anytime I want a board, well then I can keep my fingers. So he very quickly cut me this adorable little tag, which we are going to put on our black circle board, and we are using, isn't this a gorgeous transfer? This is Dream Bigger. We're gonna not make it the way it's designed to be made because look at the leafy things. What are those called? Foliage? Look at the foliage. There we go. Look at the foliage on this transfer. OMG, right? Think of the fun we're going to have on this in black and white. Virginia. She's not here. I don't think she's here yet. Virg, we're using black and white. But we're not using black and white buffalo plaid. Okay, it's it's black and white chalked. But it's not buffalo plaid. I'm totally rambling. It's Friday. So I'm Making Maria. I'm a Chalk Couture independent designer, which is the best job in the entire world because I get to hang out with you guys. I absolutely positively love to create things. I don't have a lot of talent, and this product makes it pretty flawless for me. Foolproof, that's the word I was looking for. It's foolproof. I cannot mess this up no matter how hard I try, and if you are one of my regular viewers, you know darn well I try pretty hard to mess it up, and it just doesn't seem to happen for me. Oh, Virginia, I knew you were here. I asked my husband to make me some houses. Oh, how cute, Cheryl. That's awesome. This is actually a little tag. So this is just MDF board that he cut into a little tag. If you follow Sage, she's obsessed with tags. Rarely does she make something that doesn't have a tag on it. And she's very farmhouse, vintagey stuff. So it has to be your taste. So this is just MDF board. You can buy it very inexpensively at Home Depot. He cuts them for me, and then I just painted it with white paint. Any paint you've got, acrylic paint, leftover house paint, you know, don't be picky on the paint. It doesn't have to be chalk paint, which most people think it has to be. It does not have to be. The only nice thing about chalk paint is it does distress very nicely if you like the distressed look. Personally, I can take or leave the distressed look. I like it, but I don't have to have distressed. Some people really like that vintagey distressed look. So then chalk paint is much easier to distress than like an acrylic paint is. So I'm making Maria. I'm a Chalk Couture independent designer. That's where I got. I'm on it. It's just like the best job because I get to hang out with you guys and I get to do all kinds of different things with my designership to earn a little extra money or just have fun or pay for my hobby, which it kind of does all of them for me. So that's why I love being a Chalk Couture independent designer. We make adhesive silkscreen transfers that are reusable. You can use them over and over and over again. And this one is going to get used often. So this is a B size transfer. Our transfers come in letters, A, B, C, D, and E. The letter tells you the size of the transfer. So there's no guessing. Oh my gosh, how big is that going to be? A B-size transfer is always 8.5 by 11. So it's always the size of a piece of paper. You know, your standard everyday paper. So it's a really fun transfer. This is also our Watts of Love transfer. And if we've talked about Watts of Love several times, but if you're not familiar with it, Watts of Love is the Chalk Couture charity. Every purchase of this transfer, $2 of it goes towards Watts of Love, which provides solar lighting in areas of the world or that have been hit by a disaster, that either the electricity is out, so hurricanes, for example, or parts of the world that simply don't have electricity. And there's solar lights, because can you imagine, this is the thing, when they were talking about Watts of Love, the thing that you don't really think about is if you had no power, like literally your day had to end when the sun went down, how much of your life would you lose? If you mean literally, you couldn't do anything. The lights go out. You got to go to bed, right? Because you can't read. You can't, well, there's no TV, right? There's no family game night. There's nothing. The lights, it gets pitch black because there's no light. So that's what Watts of Love does, is it provides solar lighting. And it changes people's lives. So it's a very nice charity, and many of you round up when you make an order online. So thank you, thank you, thank you to those of you who do hit that round up button. Because all that money goes straight to Watts of Love, and every $25 purchases a solar light. So it's really kind of a nice little gig, and I'm totally not telling you what I'm doing. So you take your transfer out of its plastic container. You keep this. It has a little tab on it. That's how you open it, right? You open it up with the tab. You're going to keep your backer sheet. You're going to keep your bag. The bag has step-by-step instructions on it. Ooh, tells you exactly what to do, even gives you pictures. So when you're like, what the heck did that crazy lady tell me I'm supposed to do? It's all right here. So you keep this and you take your transfer out. Once your transfer is out, you write on the back of it the name of the transfer with a permanent marker. If you don't use a permanent marker, it just rubs right off. So that's why you gotta do permanent. Okay, so you do that for two reasons. First of all, it tells you which side of the backer sheet is the back of the backer sheet, and it tells you the name of the transfer, so you get your transfers back on the right backer sheets. I need to stop here for a minute because I see lots of comments scrolling, and again, I apologize. I did not bring my phone down here, so I'm gonna see. Hopefully I can't lose people. Hello, Miss Cheryl. Hello, Miss Jen. Jen. Linda is here. Linda Squared is here. Hello, Amanda. Hello, Virginia. Hello, Dawn. Hey, Michelle. Hey, Kara. Darlene. Oh, my goodness. Okay. Hello, everybody. All right. Happy Friday. Yes, I see lots of TGIFs, right? Thank goodness it's Friday. Whew. Okay, so this is an older surface. This is a retired surface. You can't buy these anymore. Huh. Darn good thing I happen to have a stash of them, right? So if you want to recreate this look, it's very easy to do because this is not an expensive surface. And this is a B-size transfer. B-size transfers are $14.99. So the letter of the transfer not only tells you its size, but it also tells you the price of it. So there's no guessing. It's a very fun, when I'm not throwing it around, it's a very fun double-sided surface. And I'm really kind of sad they retired this one. I'm curious to see what they're going to come out to replace it in July. We'll get a new replacement for it. It's a very washable, double-sided surface, so this was a really fun, if you want to recreate especially, it's a really nice chalkboard. So what we're going to do is we're going to recreate what she did a little bit, and it comes with this little jute thing which leaves little like hairy things everywhere. So what she did was she took this transfer, and we're really going to try to copy pretty much what she did, because not only did she do black and white, she did raspberry sorbet, which is my other like passion right now, right? So she kind of took the transfer on a round surface, right? Because you would really think that this transfer would go on a square or rectangular board, right? But we're doing it on a round. So we're going to play with it a little bit and kind of get it where we want. And we're not going to do the dream bigger. We're actually going to do the dream bigger on our tag. So let's do that first, right? Yeah, let's do the dream bigger first. Let's use the black chalk first. So we're going to put our transfer face down and carefully remove its backer sheet. What is the matter with me today? I'm going to slow down. You're going to carefully remove its backer sheet. And then you're going to take your backer sheet and you're going to set it aside, because you're going to put it back on here when you're all done. Hello, Susanna from Michigan. Welcome to our chucking party. Okay, so we're going to stick Dream Bigger down here. Susanna, I'm totally copying Sage tonight. But we're giving her full credit for the fact that I am totally copying her. So we're just going to do Dream Bigger on the bottom of our tag in black Chalkology chalk paste. So I'm going to grab this one arrived for me today. I cannot wait to play with it this weekend. Well, Susanna, you stick with me, because you wait to see what Miss Sage made with it. Because, first of all, she's my idol. And secondly, I won't do it half the justice she did it, but it was gorgeous when she did it. So, beveled side, flat side. Beveled side is my front. I just dip it into my chalk paste. And I'm just going to do Dream Bigger. So we're going to put the words on our cute little white tag in black. And then we're going to do our fun little viney guys in white on the black board. And then we're just going to pop in a few of my absolute all-time favorite color right now, which is raspberry sorbet. Because it is a gorgeous, gorgeous color. So we're just going to have a couple little pops of color. Carefully pull this. I should have fuzzed this, but I didn't. So carefully pull it, because it is stuck. You don't want to stretch your transfer. This is why you fuzz. Yeah. What was I thinking, people? Oh, okay. That is adorable all by itself. Look at this. Look at that. Now, we're not done with the tag. We're going to put a vine or two on the tag as well. But look at how cute just that Dream Bigger is, all by itself. So this is where I say, okay, Susanna. Oh, all right, it's one of my favorites. Susanna's giving me a hard time. She's saying, right now, question mark, that's your favorite color always. I do use a lot of raspberry sorbet, but I do like it, and I don't even like pink. And look, I even have kind of a pinky, a coral on me. Ooh, you can tell I have not talked to adults today, can't you? I did actually talk to adults, I shouldn't say that. We did a Zoom call with my mother and my sister. I have not seen my family. Well, my mother's been in Florida for the last 6 months, so I haven't seen her for 6 months, but I haven't seen my sister, so it was kind of fun. I'm like kind of digging this whole Zoom thing. All right, so here's our little tag. I'm going to set it aside for now. We're not done with it, but I want my black to dry. Then we're going to grab our fun circle board. Now, learn from Maria's mistakes, because she makes them often, right? Learn where your hole is, okay? And get your minds out of the gutters, ladies. Learn where the placement orifice, okay, that doesn't work either. I'm trying, never mind. Just know where the top of your board is, right? Because you really want to make sure that you don't chalk sideways. I've used these boards a ton of times, and almost inevitably, I do it crooked. So just know where the top of your board is when you go to put this on. Now again, this is a retired surface. I'm going to fuzz this now because I should have fuzzed it before. But I do have them. So if you want to duplicate this look, it would be very easy for you to do that. You would just need to message me, and then I can get you this chalkboard because it is super cute. What is the material the tag is made of? Cheryl, it's MDF board. That's it. So I go to Home Depot, Lowe's, whatever. I tend to do Home Depot or Menards. Menards is local, although Cheryl, you're local, but it's not everywhere in the country. Oops, I got chalk paste on my board. So you just buy MDF board. MDF board is ridiculously inexpensive. It doesn't cost a lot of money. And then my husband cuts them for me, which is always nice. Susanna, wild berry was her favorite, and raspberry is its replacement. Yes, Virginia. Yes, wild berry was, okay, and we used wild berry on almost everything because it was my favorite last year. But, you know, they retired it, so now we used raspberry sorbet. It's very close. Wild berry is just a little more, wild berry is a little more purple. So I'm just going to go off. I want to go a little, you know, cockeyed. You know, like I am. Because that would be appropriate, right? So I'm going to go a little off the board. Make sure, see, I got my top knot straight. You got to know where your top is. So I'm just going a little off center. Go down a little bit because I don't want to do my flower. Otherwise this little flower guy is going to be in the whole thing. You don't want to do that. Okay, where's my hole? Alright, so I'm going to put it on, and then we're just going to do the vines, the leafy guys. We're going to do those in white. And then you painted it. Yes, Cheryl, I painted it. And Cheryl, you can use any paint. Don't feel like you got to use chalk paint, because you don't. You can use any acrylic, leftover house paint. You know, we're all kind of scrambling through our houses, right? And finding the things that we have left around. So yeah, you can just go to the, you know, underneath your basement stairs where you've got all your extra paint, and you've probably got white paint right in there. The only difference, I would say, Cheryl, is chalk paint is easier to distress if you're going to distress something. But you can totally distress the rest of it. It doesn't matter. All right, so we have our transfer on. I'm opening. Susanna says, I walked away from the screen but heard you read it. I knew that was Verge calling me out. Right, Susanna? Somebody's going to call you out. It's Miss Virginia. Virginia, you're getting quite a reputation. Our Susanna is usually our quiet watcher. Susanna is in Michigan. I don't think you usually catch us live, Susanna, but she does watch faithfully. And a disclaimer, I have the same color addiction. Yes, you do, Virginia. Yes, you do. Raspberry sorbet is just pretty. And I really like it because it looks really good on a black surface and it looks really good on a white surface. It pops off of both, which is probably another reason why I like it. Okay, so I've stirred up my white chalk paste. I'm not going to do my flowers. We're going to skip our flowers. And we're just going to do the vine guys. So I take my transfer, or my squeegee. Beveled side is the front, straight side is the back. I dip the beveled side in, load it up with chalk paste, and I just whoosh right around. Filling up my... This is weird to have my computer and not my phone, because now my computer screen completely went blank. Oh, I should have brought my phone down. I was just so excited. I've been waiting and waiting all day long to make this project as I painted the tag and got it all ready. And I'm like, oh, I just want to make this. And then all of a sudden, Connie, I don't know if Connie's here. She just commented on something else. Connie posted a tutorial for me on her daughter doing beach waves, because I was talking about today, my poor daughter, you know, she really got the short end of the stick, because she's the only girl, and she got me as a mom, and, you know, I don't know how to do hair. I don't know how to do, I've always had short hair that I can remember anyway. Maybe once when I was 18, I had long hair. So I don't know how to curl it and do all that stuff, and I got this little girly girl, and all she wants to do is curl, and, well, she attempted to curl her hair today, and I wasn't up there paying attention to her. She's used curled her hair before. It's never been a big deal, but she burned her face. And then I went up there and she burned her face. Okay, so I'm going to set this sticky side up. So I got chalk paste all over. So then she was really upset because she burned her face. So then and she did it like right here. So I was like trying so hard to get beach curls. And I did, like for the first time. God was looking down on me today because he knew how upset she was. And he helped me out, and we got beachy, wavy curls, and she was, oh my gosh, the big smile, and I got the hug of all hugs, you know, because then, of course, it was okay that her face was killing her. All right, so this is my top. I need to remember that this is my top. And I know right about now you're wondering, where the heck is she going with this, right? I know. Don't you worry. Sage doesn't let us down. I'm going to dry this. Okay, so Kara says, yes, but I'm also, oh, I know, wisteria is right up there. Love wisteria. Oh, love wisteria. Susanna says, I so want to come and play with her hair. I can be the fun aunt from Michigan. Come on over, Susanna. Not yet. We're still social distancing. I know, right? Poor girl. She's okay. It's got a big, like, blister on it. It's gonna pop. But, you know, she's in 6th grade. She's thankful she doesn't have to go to school right now. But, so, Connie, who's another faithful viewer but doesn't watch us live, her daughter does hair, and she posted for me a video of how to do beach curls for me, which wasn't that sweet. So I was watching that, and all of a sudden I looked up, I'm like, oh my gosh, it's 9 o'clock, I gotta go. So I'm just really making sure I'm dry so I can do some layering. Okay, so now we have, look at that. Like, isn't that pretty? Just like that. See, Darlene, the white on the black is so pretty. Black and white is just, oh, right? Stunning. Okay, so now we're gonna put our transfer back down carefully because I have chalk paste all over it as well. We're gonna line it back up, but you know, don't be too worried about lining it up perfectly because we're just gonna put the flowers down now. So if it's not lined up perfectly, it's not the end of the world. Because we're not really doing the transfer the way it's supposed to be made anyway. So as long as we have them kind of close, we're good. Okay. So now I'm just going to push down our little flowers. And we're going to open up raspberry sorbet. Beach waves are super easy once you know how. Thank you, Susanna. Darlene says, glad the curls worked out perfect for her. Thank you, Darlene. Yeah, I felt bad for her. You know, she tried. You know, and she like wants to play with makeup and she wants to do all that stuff, and I just feel horrible because I watch a lot of YouTube videos, but I have no idea what I'm doing. So we have our new friend Tiffany. Tiffany also doesn't watch us live, but she watches us, and she's the makeup. She's been helping me with the makeup to try to help her out. So here we have raspberry sorbet, and now we're just going to do our little flower, guys. Now this one that I'm doing right now is really going to be covered up by the tag. So we might end up washing it off. We're going to lay down the tag and see if we need to wash it off or not. And then we may move that one and put it on here again. Okay, so we're doing our cute little, oops, I missed the tips of this guy. Make sure you cover up all of your silk screen. Otherwise you end up with funny looking flowers. Okay, so now I'm going to carefully pull this off again. Ah, I love it. Oh, that sage, she just never ever steers me wrong. Love this woman. All right, so I'm going to dry it. Raspberry sorbet is one of those colors that as it dries, it gets brighter. So you'll see it better as it dries. But it really is visible off the black board. Again, once it dries, it'll be much easier for you to see it. Okay, so I've got my transfer here, which is all full of chalk paste. So every time I touch it, I get all full of chalk paste. I'm going to wash off my squeegees. Again, I know you're wondering where the heck am I going with this, but I'll get you there, don't worry. Because I have chalk paste everywhere. So what we're going to do, now I have it all over my hand, what was I thinking? I could not have been able to do it either. I have had 3 boys, so it worked out for me. Right, Kara? Okay, so I have 3 boys as well. And then this poor one little girl. Cheryl says, I had to learn how to French braid, and that was not easy. Okay, so Cheryl, you know, this is like true confessions as soon as Marie hits the live button. I have been avoiding the French braid as much as possible because I've tried for years to learn how to French braid, and I've never been able to do it. Thank goodness we have a girlfriend that taught her how to do it. Kara says, it's pretty already. Well, thank you. You need to send her here, Susanna says. It's a little known fact. I get paid for college by side hustle. Oh, you paid for college by wow, that's awesome, Susanna. Beautiful. I'm going to have to get some of that I know, Darlene, raspberry sorbet is the color. Okay, so this is our top. Now, when we get this far, our little tag is going to, look at that. Oh, she never steers me wrong. Our little tag is going to completely cover up that flower. So we're probably going to put another little flower here because you're not going to see that one. And then we're going to put some vines over here. And then some bows. And we're going to glue our little tag on here. And I mean, simple, easy, classic gorgeousness, right? Total gorgeousness. So I want to put another little raspberry sorbet guy there. And I am going to just do the one we're covering up. So we're going to stick with the big guy here. And my squeegee. Why did I wash my squeegees off? Did you notice I've been doing that lately? Washing off my squeegees way earlier than we should be. I think I'm just obsessed right now with cleaning things. Pretty soon I'm going to be disinfecting them. Okay, so we got this little raspberry sorbet guy there. Because we're going to see him. And I think that's going to be it for the rest. So I'm going to set this aside because I need him to dry. And we need to put some vines, a vine, on our tag with a flower. But in order to do that, I'm washing my squeegee off again. We need to wash my transfer a little bit. So how I'm going to do that, because I don't want to get the whole transfer wet, I'm going to take a disinfectant wipe. So I'm not going to take a baby wipe. I'm going to take a disinfectant wipe. And I am going to first figure out which one I want. So we're just going to do a little vine guy. Kind of over the edge. But which one do we want? I can't even take credit for it, Susanna. It was totally Sage. It took a lot of practice. Katie finally learned how to do it on herself, and that was a good day. Yep, Cheryl. Beautiful. I'm going. Okay, I'm caught up on comments. All right, so we're gonna do. I think we're just gonna do one. We'll do that guy. All right, and then we need a flower. So this is my cheater washing way. My goal is to get my silk screen clean. And now we're gonna use black paste again. So I just need to make sure I get the white off because I don't wanna mix. And I'm sorry, I know you're shaking as I rub this. But I don't wanna mix the white chalk paste with the black because then I'll end up with gray, right? It's a bigger issue when you're doing black to white. Because, you know, you get the black in your white and then you really wanted white. Okay, so this is kind of my little cheater way to wash when I don't want to get the whole thing all wet. But just, you do have to do both sides just to make sure you really get that silk screen clean. And I think we're going to end up with a littler flower. So I'm going to get this little guy over here too. Just give it a quick clean. And you notice I'm not overly careful with my transfers. They're kind of indestructible to a point. I'm not always that careful, as you all know. Okay. So now I'm going to just dry it off. And then I'll do a full-blown wash with my board eraser when we're all done, and that'll get all that color pigment off of my transfer. This is a very fun transfer, and I like what she did with it because she just totally thinks outside of how they are normally made. Hello, Montina from California. Welcome. I hope you are staying safe and keeping my amazing aunt safe. Okay, so we're going to do it this way, but we're not, maybe we got to go up higher. Fuzz it, right? We're going to fuzz it this time. It really wants to stick to this little tag guy. Okay, and then I got to wash my tag off. I got chalk on my tag. So I'm going to fuzz it now, just because we really, once you get them wet like that and you do it the cheater way, then they're super sticky. Yes, yes, it's not easy with her. I am sure, Vantina, we're having the same problems with my dad. He just doesn't understand why he can't go anywhere, and he really wants to come home. So for those of you who don't know, Montina is my cousin, by the way, in California. My dad is 82. Montina's mom is 85. Right now, she's 85. And my dad lives in Florida half of the year. And he is normally home by now. And he hasn't come home yet. And we're trying to convince him to stay. Because it's, you know, he's got a little bit more of a life down there than he has here. Okay, so I'm just going to go off a little bit. I'm not going to push down hard, because you all saw how hard it was to get it off the first time. Now I fuzzed it this time, so it should be a little easier. Now we're going to do black again. Now Sage did gray, which you could totally do gray. And I did think about the gray, because the gray would be very pretty. And our ribbon, no, I did all black and white ribbon. So we're sticking with black and white because that's my love. So I'm just going to grab my black. And we're just going to do this little portion here. So we're not doing the whole thing. So I'm being careful to not, you know, get chalk paste where I don't want it. So what I find is it's easier when I'm doing that, where I'm getting chalk paste where I don't want it, is to go away from where I don't want it. Don't squeegee your paste towards it, squeegee your chalk paste away from it. Yeah, I do think, you know, well, I did the Zoom call tonight with my mom. It's the first time I've seen my mom since November, and face-to-face. I mean, obviously we talk to each other, but it's harder on them. They just want to do their things. You'd think it'd be easier for them, but it's actually harder. It is safer for them, Montina. This sucker is stuck, man. Whew. All right, so now we've got that off. Gonna dry it. I got a little bit of chalk paste where I don't want it. So I'm just drying it so that I don't smear it up. And I'm gonna get my little chalk paste off that I got where I didn't want it. Okay, and then we're just gonna stick a little pink. Where did my little pink guy go? Oh, I should really make sure this is dry. Is she staying with you, Montina, or is she staying at her house? I know that you guys were having a sleepover, but I'm assuming that's not all the time. The problem for my dad is my dad lives alone way up north. Where at least when he's in Florida, he's got his really fun neighbors that take really good care of him. So we're just going to stick one little raspberry sorbet guy kind of right there. Stick this in my raspberry. Okay. Pull it off. Okay. Just that's cute. Stick my transfer in my water bath now because we're done with it. Oh my goodness. This could be one of the cutest things I think we've made so far. Susanna says her godmother is 82 and she drives to church and sits in the parking lot every day. That is her outing for the day. Oh my goodness. That's kind of sad. Montina does have a beautiful name. Kara, you are right. Wait, you should see her in person as well, Kara. She matches her name. Stunningly gorgeous, always has been. You know, she's that cousin that you're always like, oh, she's so pretty. Yeah, that's my Montina. Don't you like how I did that, Montina? Oh, she's so pretty. Not only was she the pretty cousin, but she was the cousin that lived in California her whole life, and California was so cool, and she would go to the beach. Yeah. No jealousy, Montina. I was never jealous, Montina. No. That was my sister's. It is adorably sad. I agree, Susanna. It is. So our church did a thing for Easter, which you know, you don't really realize how much you're missing it until all of a sudden you get an opportunity to do anything. And it was a driving thing, and my kids and I were like, oh my gosh, this is so much fun. Montina says she comes here for a few days at a time and then goes back home, just so she's not alone all the time. That's a good idea. I mean, you're close. You're not that far from her, at least. Where for my dad, you know, we're 2 hours away from my dad when he comes home. Well, I mean, obviously right now, he's a lot farther than 2 hours away, but. Okay, so I'm closing out my chalk paste because we are done with chalk. So, Virginia, I'd like you to notice, it is not black and white buffalo plaid. I have totally ventured out to Chucks. Come on, that's not buffalo plaid. I don't care how, well, maybe you could, I guess. I don't know, but I'm not calling it buffalo plaid. I'm saying it's chucked. Oh, my surface is wet. So, how does this whole little project that Maria's just totally rambled her way through come together? So our little tag is going to get glued right there. This little guy's not dry yet. That's why he has that kind of two-tony look. So that's where I said raspberry sorbet is one of those colors that it pops off of the board when it's dry. You can actually watch it dry because it dries from the outside in. So this area here where it's darker isn't dry yet, but the edges are dry. So like you notice these guys don't have, oops, I got chalk paste there. These guys don't have that. But as he dries, that will go away. So this is why I love Chalk Couture, because I don't have to be a careful crafter, because when I get chalk paste everywhere that I didn't want it, I can just wash it off. So, don't you love the two-tone black and white? Her late husband is in the columbarium, that's an, I don't know that word. Columbarium, I'm assuming you mean like crypts. Aw, Montina's blushing. Yeah, okay, she's really pretty. And, okay, on top of it, this is True Confessions. Right, Montina? We're adults now. She's older than me, and she has this beautiful, long, brown hair that I'm sure is naturally brown. She is not dyeing that stuff. And it's gorgeous, and she knows how to curl it. Sure, if my daughter was her daughter, in fact, we went to visit her, and she still talks about this, Montina. She still talks about your girls. And she was little, and they put makeup on her and they played with her and she had the time of her life. She still talks about it, and that was, well, it was for her first Holy Communion, so she was in 2nd grade and she's in 6th. But it was easy 5 years ago. Easy 5 years ago. So this might be too much ribbon. I was getting adventurous with 3 different ribbons, which you can't see, don't think, but we're going to do the 3 ribbons kind of through the hole. But I don't think my hole is big enough to stick 3 ribbons through it, but we're going to try. I never realized that about the color. I mean, that you can watch it dry. Yep, you can totally watch chalk paste dry. It's like watching paint dry, right? No pun intended. Okay, maybe a little bit of a pun was intended. So I'm sticking through. Thank you. We're just going to do a bunch of tying. We're not going to like really make a bow or anything. Because of course, you know, Sage makes this look easy. I wished I could have been there to do her hair. She's so sweet. Oh, thank you, Montina. Thank you, thank you. Now that your girls are all grown, Montina, I'm sure that you could have fun with mine. Maybe I should just ship her to you. Okay, maybe not. So I'm just kind of pushing all of our ribbon through at once. And I should have put the bigger one through first. I've cut them all willy-nilly. There's not even any rhyme or reason to what I've done. I don't know if I'm going to get this 3rd one through her, but we're going to try. We're going to try, and I'm going to try to get it underneath because I should have put this one through first. So sometimes I got to give it a little bit of help through. Where'd it go? There it is. There we go. Came right through. Okay. So I just kind of have all my little ribbons. And again, I'm not doing this with any rhyme or reason. I just have the 3 of them through, kind of even them out a little bit. We'll cut them up a little bit if we need to when we're all done. Okay, so I'm just gonna take all 3 of them and just kind of make a little knot guy. Are her brothers very protective, Kara? Yes and no. Depends on which brother. So my 2 older children, Kara, are from a previous marriage, so they're a little bit older. And my youngest son, well, and she's in the middle. So I have 2 old boys, 19 and 16. And then I have her, she's 11. And then I have a 9-year-old. My 9-year-old is fiercely protective of her. Like crazy protective of her. He's a very good little brother. The other ones can kind of take them and leave them. My oldest is very protective, I guess I should say that. They have a very nice relationship, but they're a lot alike, personality-wise. All right, I don't really know where I'm going with this, as I'm sure you can figure out. She made this part look so easy, like she just like did it and it was cute. And this is where Maria. Montina says, I have time to craft again now that my girls are grown and on their own. Send Ella out here for a few weeks. Yeah. We'll send her to Montina camp. Okay, so I'm just kind of, there we go. That's what I wanted. So I'm going to take them and just kind of trim them up a little bit. Make my little dovetail guys on them. You can do all kinds of different ribbon. You know, jute is very popular. Burlap is super popular. I just wanted to kind of stick a little bit with our black and white. And then just do our little pop of raspberry, which just was convenient because I had it. I'm really kind of struggling with the whole ribbon thing. I need our ribbon stores to open back up. That was a lousy dovetail. So again, so I just kind of cutting them up and messing with them. Making just kind of the cute little messy bow. Just a cute little messy bow. You should loop the ribbon through it. Yep, you mean like a hangy thing, right, Montina? I'm gonna glue this on to the board. I'll show you here in a minute. This ribbon is hard to cut. There must be something in it. I'm going to loop the jute through the top of the board to hang it. Okay. So we just kind of have this whole little flouncy thing. Got my little hanger up here. We're going to glue this guy on. So this, maybe we should cut him a little shorter. Just kind of gives it some foofy dimension. And then we're going to take our little, so the boards come with this little, you know, jute hanger. And we're going to just, this will be how we hang it. Nope, loop it through so the ends are sticking up. Loop it through. I think you mean like I'm going to do this one, Montina. Like this guy, right? Okay, so what I'm going to do when he's completely dry, I'm going to hot glue this right here. I have family in California, and my aunt used to send my cousin, who was the flower girl in my wedding, to Wisconsin to visit me in her teen years. So many good memories and really easy to do with air travel. Yes, Jen, I think that's a great idea. Okay, so this is our cute little board. This is it. It's that easy. Just a couple of flouncy. They're probably a little too long. We should probably cut them a little bit more, especially this guy right here. He needs a little more loving, because I did a lousy job on my dovetail on this guy. Still not much better, but it's a little better. So it's hard for you to see it because it's not glued yet, but it's going to hang, and then we just have this really fun little brightly colored fun little board. And this is just a nice size because these are 10-inch circle boards, so they're not too big. They hang very nicely, and because they hang so nicely, you can hang them on anything. You can hang them on a door, you can hang them on a cabinet, you can hang them in a locker if we're going to school. It's just a really nice little size, and I will glue this on. It's just not glued on yet because I need to make sure it's all good and dry before I glue it. And I might play with those a little more. But that's our project for this evening. That's all I got for you. So thanks for watching me and hanging out with me tonight on this Friday night. I'm Making Maria. I'm a Chalk Couture independent designer. If you could please send me out into the world, it helps me a ton when you do that. So thank you to everybody who takes the time to do that. If you want to check out any of these amazing products, you can see all of this with the exception of the circle board. You would need to message me to get the circle board because it's a retired surface. But I do have them, and they're really inexpensive. This is the Dream Bigger transfer, which is the Watts of Love transfer. So if you purchase this transfer, $2 of the purchase price goes towards purchasing solar lights for people in the world that do not have access to electricity. It helps them improve their lives greatly. So it's the Dream Bigger transfer, which is a Watts of Love. We used raspberry sorbet, white and black chalk paste. That was it. And it was really easy. So one transfer, you could truly make just this. You could, I mean, this is pretty, wouldn't that be gorgeous on a pillow? Or on like a nice piece of, you could do cardstock or watercolor paper framed. It would be a beautiful wall decoration. Virginia wants 2 boards. Okay, that's funny. Virg, I love you, Virg. I think I got do I have a pile? I think I just mailed you, Virg. Darlene wants to know what size my tag is. Well, Darlene, I kind of made that up as I went along. Oops, wrong way. It is 4.5 by 5.5 top to bottom, because again, it's angled. So that helps you. That looks good. You never disappoint, friend. Oh, thank you, Kara. Actually, this is completely Sage Roberts. I cannot take responsibility for this design at all. In fact, you can go to her page and you'll see the exact same thing, only she used gray right here. And she makes way better floofy bow things than I do. Thank you, Susan. And Virg wants 2 boards. Okay. So the next project that we're going to make is also, the next one is Sage inspired, I'll say. We're not, like, this is a dead ringer. You can go to her page, you'll see exactly this thing. The next one, I kind of got the similar idea from her, but we're not doing it exactly the way she did it. But again, if you're looking for inspiration, she's amazing. And not only that, she's a darn good human being. So she's enjoyable to watch. So if you're not following her, you need to. She's awesome. That's all I got for you tonight. I hope you'll have a fantastic weekend. We got 20 yards of mulch delivered today, so we will be delivering mulch, or moving mulch tomorrow. Doesn't that sound like fun in the cold weather? Yeah. I'm rambling again. All right. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Oh, that's what I was doing. That's where you can find these amazing products. If you are curious at all about how you could use a Chalk Couture designership to either get a great discount on product or create beautiful things and sell them, or teach workshops and classes, or sell product, or however you wanted to be a designer, there's 5 million different ways to be a designer. Okay, that's a slight exaggeration. Message me. I'll just give you the information. You can check it out. It's a great thing to do, but it's got to be right for you. And last but not least, if you're not in Club Couture, VIP group, sorry, we'll do VIP. That's where all the fun stuff is. So I just posted a really nice deal out there for my local peeps. So you want to go check that out. It's kind of a different twist on a make and take. For a while we can't be together and make and take beautiful things. It's a little twist on there. So I did put that in the VIP group. So if you're not in there, you want to be, because that's where all the fun stuff happens, where we do fun specials and we do fun things like my little amazing twist on a make and take. But we are also having a Zoom seminar, or 2 Zoom workshops in May. So you'll see that on this page if you want to check those out, where you can, I'll mail you all the stuff and we'll get on Zoom and we will all create together just to have fun, right? Let's be participative instead of just watching poor Maria. All right, thank you so much for watching me and talking to me. I love it when you guys talk to me. And have an amazing Saturday. I will be back at you on Sunday night. I do not make a video on Saturdays, so I'll see you on Sunday. Thanks, guys. Have a great weekend.